Dharma Prabhuti.
You hear with this? Starting here. Okay, Hare Krishna. So, we will continue reading for one more day about Sri Gadadhara Pandit. So where we left off, Mahaprabhu exclaimed, "Gadadhar, you are so pious and virtuous."
Махапрабху воскликнул: Гададхара, ты такой удачливый и благородный.
Since your very childhood, you were so devoted to Krishna.
Со своих малых лет ты уже предан Кришне.
My life has been wasted.
Моя жизнь была потрачена.
Due to my previous evil activities, I cannot get the association of the Lord in my life, Sri Krishna.
Вследствие моей предыдущей греховной деятельности я не могу получить общение с моим Господом Кришной в этой жизни.
Saying this, Prabhu embraced Gadadhar in great love.
Сказав это, Прабху обнял Гададхару с великой любовью.
When Mahaprabhu began his pastimes in Navadvip, Gadadhar was his chief companion.
Когда Махапрабху начал свои игры в Навадвипе, Гададхара был его близким другом.
Radha Krishna of Braja are now sporting on the banks of the Ganga as Gadai, Gauranga, and the cowherd boyfriends of Braja are assisting in his pastimes of kirtan.
Рада Кришна из Браджи является сейчас играют на берегах Ганги, а Гадай Гауранга играет на берегах Ганги, как Гадай Гауранга. И мальчики-пастушки, друзья Браджи, помогают в его играх как киртане.
One day after roaming through the town of Navadvip, Mahaprabhu came to a forest and seated himself there.
В один из дней после путешествия через город Навадвипа, Махапрабху пришел в лес и сам сел там.
There he began to remember his pastimes in Braja.
Тогда он стал вспоминать свои собственные игры во Враджа.
Mukunda began to sing the Purva Vag, courtship songs, in a very sweet voice, while Gadadhar collected some flowers from the forest and after stringing a garland placed it on Prabhu's neck.
Мукунда начал петь Пурва Вагу, песни очень сладким голосом, пока Гададхар собирал цветы в лесу. И после этого предложил гирлянду на шею Прабху.
Previously, in the way that Sri Radha used to decorate Sri Krishna, Gadadhar began to dress Prabhu in the exact same manner.
Ранее таким же образом, когда Шри Радха часто украшала Шри Кришну, Гададхара начал одевать Прабху таким же самым образом.
Some were singing beautiful songs, while others began to dance in a very graceful style.
Кто-то пел красивые песни, а кто-то другой начал танцевать в величайшем красивом стиле.
Then Sri Gaurasundar, taking Gadadhar by his side, seated him on a dais at the base of one tree, while Advaita Acharya began to offer arati.
Тогда Шри Гаурасундара схватил Гададхару и посадил его рядом с собой у основания дерева, когда Адвайта Ачарья начал предлагать ему арати.
Nityananda seated himself on Prabhu's right side as Srivas began to decorate everyone with flower garlands.
Нитянанда сидел сам возле Прабху с правой стороны, а Шривас Пандит начал украшать каждого с цветочными гирляндами.
Narahari was fanning the divine couple with a whisk made from the tail hairs of forest cows.
Нарахари обдувал их опахалом, как божественную чету. Делал это Нарахари начал омакивать их как божественную чету Нарахари начал омакивать их как божественную чету с опахалом, сделанным из хвостов, волос с хвостов лесных коров.
Slukambar decorated them all with sandalwood paste, while Maroi Gupta recited the Premadani.
Сукламбар украсил их всех сандаловой пастой, тогда, когда Мурари Гупта цитировал Премадвани.
Madhva, Vasudev, Purushottama, Vijaya, and Mukunda began to sing songs of various ragas.
Мадхава, Васудева, Пурушоттама, Виджая и Мукунда начали петь песни на различные раги.
Then Prabhu closed his pastimes in Nadia, and as per his mother's request, he took up his residence at Nilachala.
Тогда Прабху закончил свои игры в Надии и, как попросила его мать, он отправился в свою резиденцию в Нилачале.
Gadadhar also went there to live at this time.
Гададхара также отправился, чтобы жить там в то время.
He engaged himself in the service of Sri Tota Gopinath.
Он занял себя в служении Шри Тота Гопинатху.
Mahaprabhu would very often visit his dear friend Gadadhar and lose himself in discussions on the topics of Krishna.
Махапрабху часто отправлялся посетить его дорогих друзей Гададхару, и он терял себя в обсуждениях различных тем по Кришне.
The temple of Sri Tota Gopinath is located near the ocean at Yameshwar.
Этот храм находился, храм Шри Тота Гопинатха был расположен около океана в Намешваре.
When Lord Chaitanya traveled to Sri Vrindavan, Gadadhar, not being able to bear separation from him, wanted to go also, but Mahaprabhu reminded him of his vow of Kshetra Sannyas, by which he was to remain constantly in Sri Kshetra in the service of Sri Gopinath, and sent him back.
Когда Господь Чайтанья отправился в Шри Вриндаван, Гададхара, неспособный терпеть разлуку с ним, хотел отправиться вместе с Махапрабху, но он напомнил ему о его обете Kshetra Sannyasi, которому он не мог оставлять эту территорию, должен был постоянно служить Шри Гопинатху в их шефе. И Господь Стань отправил его назад.
Sri Gadadhara Pandit would regularly recite Srimad Bhagavatam.
Шри Гададхара Пандит регулярно цитировал Шримад Бхагаватам.
Sri Gaura Sundar, along with his associates, would listen.
Шри Гаура Сундара вместе со своими спутниками слушал.
Then one might ask a question: if Lord Chaitanya is Radha and Krishna combined, where is the necessity for the appearance of Gadadhara Pandit?
Тогда кто-то мог бы спросить, если Господь Чайтанья является Радой Кришной в объединенной форме, в чем тогда необходимость проявления Гададхара Пандита?
To answer this, the answer to this is that it has been explained that Mahaprabhu is Krishna in search of the loving sentiment of Radha for Krishna.
И ответ таков, что его ответ был таков, что Махапрабху является Кришной, который ищет любовных чувств Радхи Кришны.
Sri Gadadhara Pandit represents the Bhava personified, and thus he has appeared to be at the side of Mahaprabhu to assist him in his search.
Шри Гададхара Пандит представляет персонифицированный Бхаву, и таким образом он явился Махапрабху, чтобы помогать ему в его поиске.
In this explanation, Gadadhar gives his unalloyed love to Lord Gauranga willingly.
И в этом объяснении Гададхара предоставляет свою неоценимую любовь к Господе Гауранге постоянно.
It has also been explained that Krishna has stolen the bhava of Radha and appeared as Mahaprabhu, Radha Krishna combined.
Также это может быть объяснено, что Кришна украл бхаву Радхи и явился как Махапрабху, Радха с Кришной объединенный.
Gadadhar represents that which is left of Radha after Krishna steals her bhava.
Гададхара представляет то, что находится у Радхи, Кришне, украденная ее бхава.
The mood is that seeing that neither Sri Radha nor Sri Krishna appear on the Purnima Titi full moon, but when the divine couple combine as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this appearance in the world occurs on the Purnima in Navadvip.
Настроение, которое мы видим, что ни Шри Радха, ни Шри Кришна, что и Радха, и Шри Кришна появляются на Пурнима Титхе, полная луна. Но когда божественная чита объединенная, как Шри Чайтанья Махапрабху, это явление в мире считается на Пурниму в Навадвипе, проявляется на Пурниму в Навадвипе.
Sri Gadadhar Pandit appears on the new moon and leaves the world on the same day.
Шри Гададхара Пандит появился на новую луну и жил в этом мире некоторое время.
New moon means no moon, dark moon, or Amavasya Titi.
Новая луна означает темная луна или
He also appeared in a land that is desert-like, dry, and vacant, in contrast to the lush Ganga basin of Navadvip.
Он также явился на земле, которая no, I need to translate many words.
Yeah. He also appeared in a land that is desert-like, dry, and vacant, in contrast to the lush Ganga basin of Navadvip. Navadvip, yes. Just the land. And the Ganga basin, lush Ganga basin. Lush means there's a lot of trees, a lot of plants, a lot of greenery. Can you go forward? Okay. All of this indicates the condition of the heart or nature of Sri Gadadhar.
Все это показывает состояние сердца природы Шри Гададхары.
He is thus feeling empty and lets everyone know about it too.
Он таким образом чувствовал пустоту и каждый знал об этом также.
It is said that what remains in him is the bhava of Rukmini, who was Radha's expansion in Dwarka.
Также говорится, что в нем было состояние бхавы Рукмини, которая является Радха, которая является экспансией Радхи в Двараке.
Thus it's really hard for you. Thus his surface mood in Gora Lila is like that of a Dakshin, right wing gopi, rather than a Vama, left wing gopi. Vama type is a little aggressive in nature and fights with the lover.
Таким образом, его внешнее настроение в Гаура-лиле подобно Дакшине, то есть это правое крыло, гопи.
However, to prove Gadadhar's dedication as right wing, he is submissive to the extreme Dakshin type tolerance. Dakshin type tolerates everything, whatever comes. Only with a defensive attitude he stands. This is even difficult in English. Maybe we go forward to another paragraph. Okay, there's some verses at the end. We'll just read the verses.
Where?
At the end of this, it'll be on starts on page 8. Because there's a pretty difficult philosophical explanations here that are very hard to translate into other languages. Okay, so here is some verses written by Srila Swarup Damodar Goswami. Which are about Sri Gadadhar. I worship the greatly learned and exalted spiritual master Sri Gadadhar Prabhu, who appears very splendid, engaged in the Lord's devotional service.
Я поклоняюсь великому ученому и прославленному духовному учителю Шри Гададхаре Пандиту, Шри Гададхаре Прабху, кто явился очень образованным и занятым в преданном служении Господу.
He always performs pastimes in Vraja, where he is very prominent among the gopis, who are very dear to Lord Hari.
Он всегда совершает игры во Враджа, где он является очень видным и среди гопи.
Lord Chaitanya, the son of Sachi, is the dear Lord of Gadadhar Prabhu, who is preaching the service of Radha and Krishna.
Господь Чайтанья, сын Шачи, является дорогим Господом Гададхары Прабху, который проповедовал служение Радхи и Кришны.
So this is referring to, of course, Gadadhara Pandit. He appeared in Navadvip with Lord Chaitanya, but in Krishna Lila, he's serving Radha and Krishna as one of the gopis.
И Шри Гададхар Пандит, он в играх Чайтаньи, он служит Господу Чайтаньи, в играх Кришны он является одной из гопи.
So second verse, I worship the greatly learned spiritual master Srila Gadadhar Prabhu.
Я поклоняюсь великому ученому духовному учителю Шри Гададхаре Прабху.
He is expertly absorbed in meditation on the 9 rasas of devotional service, beginning with Ujjvala Rasa, conjugal love.
Он с сознанием поглощен в медитацию на 9 рас преданного служения, начинающийся с Уджвала расы, это супружеская любовь, и он танцует на волнах этого чудесного океана преданного служения Господу Чайтаньи.
And he dances in the waves of the amazing ocean of devotional service to Lord Chaitanya.
Он танцует на волнах чудесного океана преданного служения Господу Чайтаньи.
He preaches the path of Raganuga Bhakti, spontaneous devotional service, and he is a fit person to attain residence in the transcendental land of Vraja.
Он проповедует путь Рагануга Бхакти, спонтанного преданного служения, и он также является личностью, способной достичь резиденции трансцендентной земли во Враджа.
Text 3. I worship the greatly learned spiritual master Sri Gadadhar Prabhu.
Я поклоняюсь великому ученому духовному учителю Шри Гададхаре Прабху.
The best of those who are devoted to the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya, the son of Sachi Devi, offer respectful obeisances to him and treat him with great importance. And he is very dear to Lord Krishna, who is seated in the middle of the lotus flower, which is his heart, assuming his golden form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Наилучший из тех, кто является преданным лотосным стопам Шри Чайтаньи, сыну Шати Деви, предлагаю почтительно поклоны ему и следуй за ним с величайшим вниманием, и очень он дорог Господу Кришне.
He preaches that Lord Mukunda has assumed the golden form of Lord Chaitanya, and he returns the living entities to their constitutional position as servants of the Lord.
Он проповедует то, что Господь Мукунда является золотой формой Господа Чайтаньи.
Number 4.
Золотой формой Господа Чайтаньи, и он обращается к живым существам к их конституционному положению как слуг Господа.
Number 4, I worship the greatly learned and exalted spiritual master Sri Gadadhara Prabhu.
Я поклоняюсь великому ученому и прославленному духовному учителю Шри Гададхаре Прабху.
It is only because of him that the truth of the exalted devotional service performed by the intimate associates of Krishna in the forest and groves of Vrindavan has been revealed.
Только потому, что истина возвышенного преданного служения, совершенная в любовном общении с Кришной, в лесах и в горах Вриндавана, была открыта.
That's the end of 4? That was 4, right?
Yeah, 4.
Okay.
Please preach it.
Would it help if I try to paraphrase this? Yes? Sometimes. Okay. Okay, well, the first sentence is clear. I worship the greatly learned spiritual master Sri Gadadhara Prabhu.
Yeah, I said next sentence.
Yes. So, Sri Gadadhara Prabhu, he's very dear to Lord Chaitanya. And from him he's sprouted. He's manifested the ecstatic love for Krishna.
Из него проявляется любовь к Кришне.
And he's always, this is a poetic, he's adorned with the garments of ecstatic love. I mean, you can always see symptoms of ecstatic love in Gadadhara Prabhu, Gadadhara Pandit. You can always see his symptoms of ecstatic love in his body. Gadadhar.
Гададхар?
Yes.
Он Гададхаром всегда проявляет симптомы любви.
And he delights, he makes Lord Chaitanya very happy by bringing Lord Chaitanya's ecstatic mood out. He makes Lord Chaitanya very happy he would speak things to Lord Chaitanya, so Lord Chaitanya felt increased love for Krishna.
И когда он разговаривает с Чайтаньей, то Господь Чайтанья испытывает увеличивающуюся любовь к Кришне.
Shishi Gaunitai, Shishi Radha Vijvihari, Jagannath, Balaram, Lady Subhadra, Ki. Just like we were reading yesterday, Lord Chaitanya would, after he came back from Gaya, and he received his initiation from Sri Ishwara Puri. So he was experiencing immediately all highest level of ecstatic love of Krishna. But no one could understand what his mood was. So, but his friend Gadadhara Pandit, he understood. Just like Lord Chaitanya, it was known as Nimai at that time, he was manifesting all these ecstatic feelings of Krishna. Lord Chaitanya, as a child or as a young man, I don't know, he was and Gadadhar, his friend, he could understand what Lord Chaitanya's internal feelings were. Nobody else could understand. So Lord Chaitanya one time was feeling, I have to see Krishna. Where is Krishna? And Gadadhar saying that Krishna is, he will come soon. Lord Chaitanya saying, no, I need to see him now. I have to see him. So Gadadhar told him, don't worry, he is here, he's in your heart, he's with you already. So Lord Chaitanya was thinking in his ecstasy, Lord Chaitanya, Krishna is in my heart, I need to open up so I can see him. I need to see him. but Gadadhar, stopped him from hurting himself, trying to open up his chest to see Krishna in his heart.
Но Гададхара он его схватил за руки и не давал ему своими руками поцарапать руку, чтобы укрыть или посмотреть.
Anyway, the point is that Gadadhara Pandit was he understood better than anyone. He understood Lord Chaitanya's internal feelings, ecstatic feelings. And these for one who's actually on the level of ecstatic love, of ecstasy, there are symptoms that one manifests. Let me give you the Nectar of Devotion. That's related to this. In chapter 18, I believe. So, if anyone, any person, any ordinary person, is experiencing the level of ecstatic love or pure love of Krishna, there are certain symptoms, certain characteristics.
Любой человек, который испытывает эстетическую любовь к Кришне, он отличает от характеристик.
And these symptoms, which I'll read here, there are 9. These symptoms they cannot artificially be. You cannot just put on a show of all 9 of these all the time. So the chapter is called Character of One in Ecstatic Love. Rupa Goswami next describes the characteristics of a person who has actually developed his ecstatic love for Krishna. Srila Rupa Goswami and here are the characteristics. First characteristic, he is always anxious to utilize his time in the devotional service of the Lord. He does not like to be idle. Means doing nothing. He does not like that. He wants devotional service always, 24 hours a day without deviation. Okay, the second characteristic. He is always reserved and perseverant. Reserved means even in difficult situations, when an ecstatic love controls himself, and he continues pushing forward in his devotional service. Third characteristic, He is always detached from all material attraction.
Третья характеристика, что он всегда отречен от материальных вещей.
Detachment means that even if you're in some situation where there's a lot of material sensual things to be attracted to, you're not attracted to it.
И непривязанность означает, что если даже какие-то чувственные наслаждения, они находятся рядом с ним, то он, тем не менее, не воспользуется.
4. He does not long for, he does not desire any material respect in return for his activities.
Он не желает никакого материального почтения, уважения
Number 5. He is always certain that Krishna will bestow his mercy upon him. Six, he is always very eager to serve the Lord faithfully. Seven, he is very much attached to the chanting of the holy names of the Lord. Eight, he is always eager to describe the transcendental activities of the Lord. And 9, he is very pleased to live in a place where the Lord's pastimes are performed. For example, Mathura, Vrindavan, or Dwarka. So any ordinary person who becomes very Krishna conscious, any jiva soul who becomes very Krishna conscious, these symptoms will manifest in them. And of course, we saw in the life of Lord Chaitanya, who was acting as devotee, and in the life of Gadadhara Pandit, who also was acting as devotee, or is a devotee, that these kind of symptoms are always there. When Lord Chaitanya was teaching his students, he was teaching logic. So when he was teaching his students that subject, he was only, and that wasn't logic. It was I think it was Sanskrit grammar. In any case, he was teaching, but he was describing everything in names of Krishna. So, showing his mood as an devotee in ecstatic love of Krishna, he could not stop chanting the names of Krishna. Anyway, there's a couple of points. We're actually towards the end here, so I'm going to leave a couple minutes for questions. Everyone's full of questions, but nobody. I can't read minds, so we need to speak. So, any questions that can be spoken, because I cannot read minds. Okay, then we will end for today. Tomorrow we'll go on to Srimad Bhagavatam, and I think tomorrow we'll be finishing chapter 24 about the Matsya Avatar for 4 or 5 verses. Huh? Yeah, it's not a question. It's more of a comment. Very exalted personality, Gadadhara Prabhu, not different from Srimati Radharani. Thank you for reading. Hare Krishna. Yeah. So. Okay, so we'll end for today and go on to Srimad Bhagavatam again tomorrow.